Let's see Madagascar today. Let's see how those people actually live. Or how good or bad it's supposed to be. Look at this population, 33 million. It's kind of a big island, I have to say. So 30 million is not that crazy, but still pretty high population. Kind of looks like a boat to me. As you can see the shape. I don't know exactly, but it looks like that to me. Let's start, like I say, randomly on the map. Let's see how those people are doing. Well, right from the start, I mean, they have a really nice Mercedes here. This is from November 2024, so almost a year ago, so which is pretty good. They doing pretty bad in the house department. Roads not so bad, but also not so great. I don't know, that's a car park inside the house. I'm not sure exactly what's happening there, but it's kind of a local architecture, let's call it like that. Otherwise here, yeah, roads pretty decent. Quality of those street views not so great, I have to say. House here a bit better, but not that much. I mean, they have some bars on the windows here, so it doesn't look that great. Madagascar is supposed to be one of those nice islands. It's not exactly what we're gonna see in a Madagascar movie, but still. When you go on the beach, most likely it's gonna look much better. Wow, they have even a train that close to the beach. That's nice. Those are the railways, and that close to the beach. It is something. I mean, if you probably driving a train, being a mechanic, a vehicle engineer, I'm not sure exactly how they call it. A train engineer here in the third world countries. Probably it's much more fun. And probably one of those actually fun job to do. Wow, I don't know exactly what's happened here, but it sounds like some sort of a storm came and destroyed pretty much everything. We don't have some 360 on the beach, nothing, because the beach line looks pretty good. Looking pretty good to me. But unfortunately, we don't have anything there to see. They have some small community here. Not so bad, not so great, but still pretty decent. What else can we find? Let's go in a city. Let's find a city and let's see how they living there. I guess this one is a city here. No. Where are the cities, by the way? I mean, not exactly a city, but I don't know, it's more urban area. Roads again, pretty good. They have a lot of banana trees, those forget. I don't know, maybe they have a really good production there. This is from 2025, so very recently. Somebody builds a house like this. I'm not sure. Way too close to the street. Not that great architecture. Way too big, I would say. I mean, when you have multiple floor in the house, not a good sign in my opinion. Some cars pretty expensive, but not that much, not that many. Yeah, here doesn't look great at all. They have a sidewalk, which it's something. It's pretty good. That's an absolutely insane house. That's way too big. Way too big for anyone to live like that. Let's go. Oh, they have on the beach here. Let's see this one. Wow, that's nice. See? That's nice. Oh, look at this pool here with the resorts. Wow, that's great. Some sort of a river under the house. I'm not sure what's happening there. But yeah, that is really good. Let's check this one. Again, probably some hotels, resorts. Yeah, that's how they do it here. Not so bad. Again, probably it's gonna be uber expensive to take a room here, but if you do, a lot of open space here, definitely. But the view, it's very nice indeed. It does look nice. It does look nice. Oh, just want to check this one. Some sort of a river, I think there was there. See, some sort of a river under someone else's house again. Kind of a strange way, but yeah, it is something. On the beach, it looks when those high-end properties looking pretty well. But I bet if we go in those local areas, more locals, things are not looking so great anymore. as we can see, at least from above. Boom. Just a few meters. Look at this. This is how they live. And then the property of the hotel, as you can see, much more green, much more well maintained. This guy making a 360 could be alive. The beach is much nicer. Yeah. See, that's exactly right there what I'm trying to say. How they live, how they supposed to live. Way different. Way too different. This is probably inside. Yeah. Not so bad. Interesting what kind of a prices they have here, but probably they're just for tourists. Who knows? That's a nice, interesting bay area here. Wow, look at this circle. Probably got from the boat. Yeah. From the boat. Those are definitely tourists. Why they... Oh, they trying to check. What is that? Safari Balen. I'm not sure exactly if you can have Safari Balen. But it does look pretty interesting, I have to say. What else can you... Hey, it's here on the land. Okay, let's check this one. Wow, that's way too narrow. You don't even see the trail. What is the path? You can make one. You don't have one. Okay, let's go here in the urban area. Yeah, not so great. Probably nobody's living here. Who knows? But I highly doubt that. It seems like somebody's living here, huh? Or maybe at some point lived there. I don't see anyone, so hopefully nobody lives there anymore. Not that huge amount of information. What are the cities? There we go. That's a big one right here. But we don't have that many 360s or street views, so... Let's go here on the beach again. We're gonna go on the beach, and this country is much more interesting. Much better looking. I mean, look at this. That's a nice place to live. Comparing with this. Where was that? Yeah, that's fucked up. And clearly, judging by how those straight streets, clearly very recently built. Here, the same story. Doesn't look great at all. Let's check the highway. Probably looking pretty good. Well, not exactly a highway, it's just a road, but still pretty decent. That's a nice bike there. Pretty good, pretty good. But yeah, the urban area here, not on my taste. Yeah, no thank you. And they don't even have that many 360s here and street views, so that's kind of a sad because it's not much I can do to check how those people actually... That's an old building that they're trying to reconstruct, I guess. I'm not sure, but they don't do that well of the job. Otherwise, not that great. Let's move in a different region. It's a pretty big island. Let's check what's happening here. Kind of a sad, like Madagascar, it's pretty much a country that you think when you talk about Africa. So not that much developed in the street view department, and 360 is kind of a sad because I don't know exactly how many people goes to Google. Wow, that's fucked up. That's really fucked up. I don't know how many people go to the Google Street View before they book a vacation here, but usually kind of do. And when I don't have that much information, it's kind of a worrying sign, to be honest. Well, I don't go on vacation that often, but still. Maybe once every 10 years I go. Maybe. But still, that's why I'm making those videos. Not everybody can afford a vacation. So it's interesting to go at least see how things are going there. Oh, that's a nice bike. Wow, this road like is gonna destroy your suspension. Or your back. What else can we see here? In the south part of the island. Where are those 35, how many was? 33 million people? I don't see it. I don't see it. But again, they don't have that much 360 and street views, so it's gonna be a bit harder to see it. Oh, this is one. Wow. That's bad. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. I mean, we're talking about economies in those third world countries, but at some point you have to talk about the surviving, the minimum surviving, I guess. Which even here in the West we don't have. We still have homeless people that dying on the street. So we're not that far off from this type of civilization. But yeah, I mean, the main problem with these countries, like they didn't, if they didn't have that huge booming population, I strongly think that they will be in a much different position than they are today. And I truly think they will be in a much better position. But the land is nice, clearly. It's really, really nice. What else can you find besides the coastline? Have some sort of a desert here? What is going on in here? Not exactly. Pretty good also. I mean, overall, as a island looking very nice, as a country look very nice, as a urban area looking very bad. It's just again the number of the people, the numbers are way off, way too many people in way too short of the time. Wow, that's a pretty high tech boat. That looks better actually. It's a nice beach here. They have some local communities. Okay, let's check those ones real quick. Interesting way of life. And another one here. Probably they're using for fishing, I guess. I'm not sure. Yep, there is something there. Okay, I think we see enough. I don't know, it just doesn't have that many street views. Let's go with the numbers and then we're gonna see. So Madagascar has a population around 33 million people and rising super fast. Back in 1955, only 4.5, let's call it, million people living in this region with 2.5 increase rate. That will be roughly around 100,000 people. Migration, they say zero, highly doubt that. Median age around 18 years old, and look at this, fertility rate 7.4. That's insane. Density, 8 people per square kilometers. Not so great, but not so bad. Urban population 9.2%. That'll be like 414,000 people. Fast forward to 2025. Keep in mind, for 4.5 to 32.7 million people and rising, with pretty much the same growing rate, which is 2.4%, and from a much bigger number. Now there are 775,000 people every year, new people. Migration, they say, around minus 2,000, which is pretty much nothing. But keep in mind, it's a pretty big island, and the distance between the continent, the island and the African continent, it's pretty high. It's pretty big. So I'm not sure exactly if you can go that by boat, but it's definitely a high risk. And probably the reward is not that much. Median age is 19 years old, so I didn't get that old. Fertility rate is 3.8. They drop significantly, but still very high. Density, now there are 56 people per square kilometers, and urban population around 40%. And that will be roughly around 13 million people. So for from 400,000 people to 14 million people, so almost, it's insane. Wow, look at this. In 2050, in forecast, we're gonna have around 53 million people in this island, with a roughly change around 1.6% every year. That will be roughly around 834,000 people every year, with minus 7,000 in migration, which is pretty much nothing. Median age 24 years old, so they start to go a bit older, and fertility rate is 2.8. They go down. Still well above the replacement rate, but they go down. Density, now they have 91 people per square kilometers. My opinion, the ideal number, like I said, is gonna be 1 people per square kilometers to have enough land for everyone, and also the animals, anything that gonna have like untouched land and all of that. So having more than almost 100 times more than that's not exactly a good idea. Urban area is going to count for 60% of the population. That will be roughly around 31 million. So in just 100 years, they move from half a million, let's call it, in an urban area, they move to 31 million in an urban area, which is insane. Wow, life expectancy here is pretty good. 64 years old. Females, 66, let's call it, and males around 62, which are really great numbers, I think. Almost ideal. Infant mortality rate, it's 43.4, and death under age of 5, 63.2. Those are huge numbers, but as you can see, they go down. So yeah, not exactly a huge concern about that. Demographic, you can see the pyramid is very solid base, no sign of stopping. Some male surplus population, not a big deal. Every country kind of have that. Economy, oof, that's a rough picture to start with economy, but let's see. Wow, GDP 19 billion US dollars in 2025 and a PPP around 65 billion US dollars. Wow, that's pretty bad, especially if you count for 33 million people. Wow, really bad. Growth rate is around 3.8, 4.3, 4.9, 4.9. Those are very low numbers comparing with how much population they have and how small the economy they have. But again, it is what it is at this point. Per capita, $616 and PPP around $2,000. So yeah, these numbers, like I said, it's not even worth trying the city. They're way too low. They're gonna work you so much and you're not gonna produce that much value. So I don't know. As an individual level, when I see those low numbers, even here in the Western world, when you have like 10 times more numbers than that, and still it feels like it's not worth it. Really is not worth it. I mean, here in my country, we have like probably 30 times more than that. And yeah, no, thank you. It's not worth it. Unemployment rate 1.8%, which is feels extremely low. I don't know how they calculate that, but I don't believe it. Corruption here in Madagascar, wow, really high. Let's check the numbers. Fortunately, Madagascar is not that great with corruption. Madagascar, 26 points. They got up 5 points, which is good, but still perceived as way too corrupt. What else they speak here? They speak French. Okay, so one of those French, French, how we call this one? I don't want to say. Can try to avoid the French colonies because they already are like people living there for a long time. I mean, long time. There are people living there. We're gonna call it French influence, let's call it like that. 84% are Christians and 7% no religion. Islam just 3.1%, so not that much. What else can we find here? Yeah, the GDP numbers are pretty much the same. It's not that much interesting. Well, let's look at the picture. Let's see how they're doing. Wow, they have someone with a spare sword, some sort of sword there. French, you can see here, they just point the flag. In Madagascar, it's like that's our territory now. We're gonna do what we say, how we say it goes. Some sort of a local traditional housing here. Wow, that's like a vanilla plant. What is that? Flowers, orchidea. I don't know exactly, but it looks interesting. One of those, I think they can Lemurien. Not sure if I spell it right, but sounds like that. Wow, some fires here. Some landfalls. Wow, look at the city here. It's really fucked up. That's really fucked up. I mean, how can you live like that? Come on. Some sort of a guy here. I'm not sure. He's a former president of Madagascar. He's way too young. How old this guy is? Now he's look older, but he looks like he's 13 years old, for God's sake. They have 23 regions that they separate the island. Okay. Wow, look at this. That's nice. That's life. I was like, you forget about all the problems when you see this, just don't give a fuck anymore. Some sort of a local handcraft. Wow, they have some news there. some sort of transportation. That's a really nice church. Wow, that was in this one the same. Some local schools here. Yeah, not very high tech, but at least they have something. I assume some sort of a local tradition. Same. They have some sort of the fights here. Oh, look at this lake here. Oh yeah, not so great. So that was Madagascar. I think, again, I highly doubt that somebody's gonna watch videos from Madagascar. But if you do, I'm gonna be interesting how things are really are there. It's an island. It's an island in the Indian Ocean, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And to be honest, it's quite far away from the Europe, but I have a feeling that they're gonna find a way to come here at some point, especially with that high population and that really low numbers. Probably that's why they have those low numbers. Not that people are that interested to work in the system. It's just it feels like it's not worth it for that kind of a money, and forcing to living in those fucked up cities, towns. It's just like not that much interest, I guess. Which I can understand that. Well, that was Madagascar. So if you like it, just comment on it and say how you think they should do there. How would you see a vision for the country? Until next time, check the other videos and see you then.